Have you ever wondered what vectors are and why they are so important in physics and engineering? A vector is a quantity that has both magnitude and direction. Imagine an arrow. The length of the arrow represents the magnitude of the vector, and the direction in which the arrow points is the direction of the vector. Now let's delve into some important definitions related to vectors. The magnitude of a vector is its size or length, represented by the absolute value of the vector. The direction, on the other hand, is the orientation of the vector in space, typically represented by an angle relative to a reference axis. A unit vector is a vector that has a magnitude of 1. It often represents the direction of a vector. A scalar, however, is a quantity that has only magnitude, no direction. Scalars are usually represented by numbers. There are several operations that can be performed on vectors. For instance, vector addition is the process of adding two or more vectors together. The result is a new vector with a magnitude and direction that is the sum of the magnitudes and directions of the original vectors. Vector subtraction, on the other hand, is the process of subtracting one vector from another. The result is a new vector with a magnitude and direction that is the difference between the magnitudes and directions of the original vectors. Scalar multiplication is the process of multiplying a vector by a scalar, resulting in a new vector. The magnitude of this new vector is the product of the magnitude of the original vector and the scalar, while the direction remains the same as that of the original vector. In the realm of physics, mechanics is the branch that deals with the motion of objects and the forces that cause this motion. Mechanics can be divided into three main branches: statics, which studies objects at rest; kinematics, which studies the motion of objects without regard to the forces causing the motion; and dynamics, which studies the motion of objects and the forces that cause them to move. Mechanics has a wide range of applications in engineering, physics, and everyday life. For example, it is used to design bridges, buildings, and machines, and to understand the motion of planets, stars, and galaxies. In addition to the definitions and operations we've discussed, there are other important concepts in mechanics. A force is a push or pull that can change an object's motion. Mass is a measure of an object's resistance to acceleration. Inertia is the tendency of an object to resist changes in its motion. Momentum is a measure of an object's motion equal to the product of the mass of the object and its velocity. Work is the energy transferred when a force moves an object equal to the product of the force and the distance that the object is moved. Energy, on the other hand, is the ability to do work. In conclusion, vectors are fundamental to understanding the world around us, especially in the fields of physics and engineering. They are quantities that have both magnitude and direction and are used in a variety of operations and applications. Understanding vectors is key to understanding the mechanics of the universe, from the motion of planets to the design of buildings and machines.